Hello, welcome to another video. Welcome back. Alright, you saw that title in this video. Okay, the title of this video is, what will I do if I encounter Americans who live abroad? Or to be specific, what will I do if I live in another country and encounter Americans there? Will I talk to them? Maybe. But I don't know, because those Americans who live abroad, I probably wouldn't be talking to them. If I want to talk to them, they probably wouldn't have anything to do with me. Yeah, I know, like, some Americans who live abroad, they want peace and quiet. They don't want to be bothered. They want to keep to themselves. And oh yeah, some are, I don't know, some or all of them. I don't say they probably are private and they don't want to talk about their personal business or personal lives to anybody. Hence, if I decide to do a video and feature them, and ask them, do they want to be featured on a video that I'm going to do for my YouTube channel, they'll probably decline and say no, because they want to keep their personal business and their personal lives to themselves. And I have no problem with that. You know, just keep what you keep to yourself and don't say it to others unless you want to. I don't know. I might connect with these Americans. I probably won't connect with them, because me and these Americans, we come from a strange country with a strange culture. A country that's a strange country a strange country that's incredibly toxic. Loop-sided, upside down, backwards, not normal, not right, all over the place. Weird, crazy, unhealthy. Antisocial, cliquish, standoffish. People who hate people, don't want to have anything to do with them, just focus on personal growth and shut everybody out of your life. That country. And these Americans who live in foreign settings, who live in foreign countries, some of them are probably like this. And yeah, I want to move abroad, but I don't know if I'm going to move to another country or not, because I really want to. Somebody said that I have a 12th grade education. Some say I don't have the money to move abroad. Some say I'm going to run into a language barrier because I don't speak the language, because I have a learning disability and a temper. They say that I can't hold a job because I have a temper, and they say I won't be able to learn another language because I have a learning disability. Some tell me, well, people here in the U.S. or a family member who says all this to me, they say that I should just take care of a family member and stay here to the day I die. Well, and they say that they say that they say that I won't do how can I say this? They say that I should stay here, stay in the U.S. because the United States is the land of milk and honey, and people from foreign countries are coming to America for freedom because they're escaping their war-torn countries, violence, and they come here for a better life. They come here for freedom. And if I move to a foreign country, I won't last long, and I won't be able to get any of those jobs in those foreign countries because I have a 12th grade education. And yeah, well, then I shouldn't care what those people think. But going back to people going back to Americans who live in foreign countries, who live in a foreign setting, and if I live in a foreign setting with them, I don't know, I'm going to be in their world. They're probably going to push me out. I don't know what those people are going to do. I don't know. And plus, I gotta act mature around these people, because if I say something that's like kind of frat boyish talk, frat boy jokes, like immature stuff, they probably will turn away from me and look down on me and probably ignore me. And I'm going to hear stuff like this. Oh, a man in his 40s running his mouth about how many women he had sex with and how many women he dated. That is so embarrassing. And I'm going to say this. You got these Americans, and they're here on YouTube. And I'm not going to name any names. You got these Americans who look down on someone who, quote unquote, never grew up. They never did any self growth. They never did any personal growth. They never been wiser and mature. And they just look down on these people. And they act like their shit doesn't stink. And I ran into some Americans on a cruise ship. An old African American couple. I was shooting pool in the pool hall or gaming room or entertainment room on that ship. I went there to shoot some pool. And this old African American couple, a man and a woman, showed up. And they wanted to play pool. So I told them where the pool sticks were at. And they just ignored me. And I think the woman started singing a song that was being played on the intercom speakers. I think it was a Tina Turner song. And she just ignored me along with the husband. And I think they're doing that because they think that I'm going to argue with them. I'm going to give them a hard time. And they don't want to have anything to do with me. You got these Americans who are like that. And it sucks that you got these people who are low-key. They ignore you when you speak to them. It doesn't matter what race they're from. They don't want to speak to you. They don't want to have anything to do with you. these Americans live here in the U.S. and also they live in foreign settings. They live in foreign countries. And yeah, it's like if I'm around these people, I feel like I'm just a nobody. I'm nothing. And they will agree with that. Like I'm a nobody. Like I'm worthless. And they look down on people like me like I'm nothing. But yeah. I don't know. I think I should stay clear of people who live in foreign countries who are from America. I think I need to stay clear away from these people, and just socialize with the natives, people who are native of a country outside of the United States. Yeah, countries that are in Europe, Africa, Southeast Asia, Mexico, Latin American countries, Jamaica, Caribbean countries, and if Ukraine and Russia get out of this war, I might go to those countries. I'm just better off connecting and socializing with those people. I'm better off being around non-Americans than Americans. And don't get me wrong, like there's some people in foreign countries who will ignore you, who don't want to have anything to do with you. You speak to them, they'll ignore you, and they'll look at you and tell you that they don't want to be bothered. They want peace and quiet. You'll find that in European countries, and also in other foreign countries. I don't know, just European countries. Like I think the Scandinavian countries, like Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Switzerland, I don't know about Estonia and Latvia, but I heard from Winston Wu that people in Latvia will be more than happy to talk to you. Yeah, they'll be more than happy to meet you and want to get to know you and talk to you and form a friendship with you, and not ignore you and just ignoring your existence like you don't exist. Ignoring your existence by acting like you don't exist. And I want to get that vibe from Americans abroad. Some of them, not all of them. Because I don't know. I just want to want to stay clear away from people who are from that country that has a flag with stars and stripes on it. I want to stay away from people in a country that has that flag. And also I want to stay away from people from a country that has a flag that has a maple leaf on it. I want to stay away from people from that country. You guys know what country that I'm talking about. So yeah, I don't know. Should I talk to people? Should I talk to Americans who live in countries outside the U.S. if I live in a foreign country? Should I talk to these Americans? if they're friendly and sociable and down to earth, I say, what the hell? But if they ignore me and act like I don't exist and don't want to have anything to do with me, then I'm going to stay away from them. And it's sad people like that are like this. Someone talks to these, like a couple. You talk to them, they just ignore you and don't want to have anything to do with you. It doesn't matter if they're young or old. It's just kind of sad. It sucks. And it's like if I'm around people who just ignore you and act like you don't exist. They just completely ignore you. It's kind of like being the last survivor. It's kind of like being the last survivor in that 1978 film, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like at the end of that movie, it's kind of like you walk into a building with a lot of people, and they all just ignore each other. They don't speak to each other. They act like they act like they act like each other. They act like they don't exist. I'm saying like they ignore. I won't say that they ignore each other. Just ignore their presence, like they don't exist, and they ignore each other. That's what Americans who ignore other people, don't want to talk to them, don't want to have anything to do with them. That's what that's like. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just better off talking to non-Americans. It hurts. It hurts inside that I can't socialize with anybody from my own home country. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts right here. And it does. It kills you inside. It kills me inside. And it hurts me. Yeah. And speaking of that, and all of this, that's why people don't live long. That's why people develop health problems like heart disease, like heart problems, and they get sicker and sicker and they die. And before that, like they develop dementia and Alzheimer's disease when they get old. And that's the reason, and also that's the reason why the birth rate here in the United States is so low. And it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you got people meeting each other, and you can't do the same. Like meet people and get into relationships. I can't. It doesn't make sense to me that's going on. That's happening, and nobody doesn't want to talk to each other. Don't want to have anything to do with each other. Don't want to form any friendships. And I heard this saying from my father and someone here on YouTube. When you get a job, when you have a job, you don't go to work just to meet people and make friends. You came to your job to work and make a living. And I got this job. I didn't come to this job to meet people and make friends. I came here to work. can I say? What can I say? I guess someone who's watching this video gonna think I'm a wacko by speaking about this, and there's something wrong with me. I need help. I need to go see a therapist. I need to see a bunch of mental health professions and a psychiatrist. I need to take some pills from a psychiatrist that will quote unquote help me cope with my problems. And these pills that I'm going to take are going to make me sleepy, drowsy, non-responsive, gain weight, and be fat and out of shape, and sleep all the time. I don't know what to say. You know, I think it's a good idea for me to leave the U.S. and move abroad. Because I've been seeing shrinks in mental health professions a lot in the past. And it didn't get me anywhere. All it got me was nothing. I guess I just be a brain dead zombie and just go with the flow and never question anything that's messed up and not right. Don't question anything. If you do, there's something wrong with you. You need to go see a therapist. Yeah. I had enough of this bullshit. And I have. And moving abroad is a good idea for me. Moving to another country will help me. And some say, and some say this, moving to a country isn't going to help you. You're still going to be the same if you move to another country. Bullshit. That's bullshit. And get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit. Yeah. So, in closing, should I socialize again? Should I socialize with Americans if me and these Americans live in a foreign country? I'll talk to some of them, but I probably won't talk to all of them. Because in America, some Americans, you got good Americans who are sociable, who you can connect with and form a friendship with, and have a meaningful, strong friendship with them. You got the Americans who are not about all of that. So it's like this. Americans who are good and sociable, who believe in social human connection, who like to connect with other people, those people are gold to me. Americans who don't believe in that, they're garbage. I got this garbage can. And Americans who are antisocial, cliquish, standoffish, who don't have anything to do with other people, they want to keep to themselves, and they just view, and they say that all I came here to do at this job is to work and not make friends. Those people, all of those Americans, belong in the motherfucking garbage. They belong in the garbage can, the rubbish bin, because they're rubbish, they're garbage. And the bullshit of seeing mental health professions and a psychiatrist and popping pills from a psychiatrist, and people telling you that you need to go see a therapist. All of that is bullshit, and it belongs in the trash can. All right, that's all I gotta say in this video. More videos to come. Cheers and au revoir. Merci beaucoup. Goodbye.